Hi, my name is Melody Schreiber. I'm the editor of What We Didn't Expect, Personal Stories About Premature Birth. And today I want to read a short excerpt of when we brought our little preemie home for the first time after 9 weeks in the hospital. Our baby was in the car seat, and then we were walking out of his hospital room and down the hall and out into the world. We were the luckiest parents in the world. And then we walked through our front door, and we were the most terrified parents in the world. We had fought so hard and for so long to bring him home. Now he was here, and he was so tiny, and he needed so much. What had we done? We'd rushed around so much that day, and we'd been so taken aback by his release that we didn't even have his cradle ready for him. I set up a travel bassinet in our bedroom and laid him down. He looked so little lying there, just 6 pounds, 6 ounces. And he looked so naked without any wires or monitors. I was stricken with panic. What if something happened? What if he choked or his heart stopped beating? With no monitors to watch over him, only these exhausted parents of his, how would he ever survive?
It was late afternoon, and we had the small room to ourselves. Our 2-year-old daughter was wandering around in her cute, curious way. It was just us and the technologist, a woman with short hair and a slight Russian accent. We told her we didn't want to know the sex. We wanted to be surprised. She worked quietly for a few minutes. "Maybe you'll get one of each," she said at last. My wife furrowed her brow and looked from her to our daughter. "Well, I guess if we had a boy, sure, we'd have one of each." "No, one of each. It's twins, right?" I'd been listening with half an ear. I'd long ago learned that in the maternity ward, husbands were regarded as furniture. But this last line caught my attention. "What?" I asked. "It's twins," she repeated. My wife shook her head. This was the 20-week ultrasound. There had to be some mistake. I didn't believe it until I marched over to the ultrasound machine and heard the 2 separate infant heartbeats. The realization left us in stunned silence. What are the odds, right?
Having preemies for me was a waiting game, and I have never been good at waiting. Waiting on hospital bed rest to give birth to my babies, knowing they would be born far too early, waiting to find out what would happen to them, and then another even more helpless waiting, walking into the NICU every day, wondering how much longer they would be there, how much more I could take. It is a trauma that rolls on and on. My children came into the world under fearful circumstances and lived the earliest part of their lives in a state of uncertainty. For NICU parents, constantly exposed to the sounds of emergency, the iron smell of blood, the cries of babies you are unable to console even when they are your own, such impotence is life.
As a nurse, the pathophysiology, the way different parts of the body work or don't work together, makes complete sense to me. As a mom, however, I wanted answers. Why did this happen? How low was his heart rate? When did he start having Brady's? What level of intervention did he need? Also, this isn't something you just casually yell across the nursery. I can't overhear this information secondhand. I need to be told about it and have the circumstances explained. The neonatologist came to talk to me and told me something along the lines of, "It's no big deal, all preemies do this at some point, especially wimpy white boys. You know this from working here. We see this all the time. It's really no big deal." I couldn't believe how upset I was. But more than that, I couldn't believe I was being told that my son's heart rate dropping was no big deal and that I shouldn't worry about it.
As a parent, you think you're prepared. You try your best to get ready, but you really have no idea what you're going to encounter until the day arrives. You also discover insecurities that you didn't know existed. When a baby is born, I found dads can be overlooked, while mothers are showered with attention and praise. Whether real or imagined, there were times I felt dismissed, underappreciated, and isolated.